Hello everyone, so this is the project and presentation for our INE504. So the timeline goes that we have planned is starting from to identify and submit 3 literature reviews or journals related to current technology within the year of 2020 to 2022 of assigned topics. This can be selected and sent to my email at nashrik@usm.my. The due dates for this I have allocated to be 15 July of 2022. And then within this duration, we have to go through a process that is to meet the specified criteria. I will share this later. And also, we would like to finish this by 15 July 2022. So based on these selected literatures, then we are going to go through the slide and video presentation. All of you are required to record the slides. I will share the template of the slides later. Later I will show you the template. And this needed to be recorded in terms of video presentation, and this will be uploaded to YouTube's platform. So you can upload this by 22 of July through the e-learning platform. After that, we are going to have a presentation essay. So this presentation essay can be downloaded after all of your videos that have submitted through the e-learning platform by 22 July. So the dates of 22 July, you're gonna have a project presentation essay that can be downloaded to the e-learn platform. And this presentation essay is due date to be submitted by 3 August 2022. So at 4 of August, we are going to have a WebEx online discussion for all of this essay that have been submitted. So please watch the video later on how of this process, including the video template and also the essay submission. If you have any questions, please do contact me for further clarification. Okay, so the marking criteria I wanted to share you. So the first process that I mentioned is the journal selection. So according to the topics that I will show you later, who got who, what topics for who, these are the criteria. For the first one is this journal selection. So if you have a good selection, you're gonna have 7 to 9 marks. So it requires then 2 approval, meaning that if you select 3 journals that are very good, so you're gonna have higher marks compared to the poor selection of journals that requires me to reject your selection and also proceed with another approval and so on and so on. So be careful with this. Initially, please select a good journal. And then in the template, you're gonna have to identify the executive summary based on the selected papers, all 3 of them. So you can see here, if the summary is not fairly presented and barely interpreted, the objective is also unclear, you're gonna have a very average marks. So an excellent marks to get for this executive summary is you need to excellently present it and interpret that problem, and also including the objective and clear that matches the journals very well. For research methodology, the weightage is the marks is quite high because you need to do a flowchart. I will share with you a flowchart later. You need to identify the methodology specifically. Okay, so a poor flowchart, sorry, is the methodology that is partly incomplete, and also the flowchart is poorly presented, that does not reflect the journals as well, compared with the excellent marks that is well written with a detailed description, with the pictures, with the methodology guide and pictures that is very helpful, and also the flowchart is presented with good structure and reflects the actual experimentation of methodology of the journal. For result and discussion, the data and figures included with a paragraph of explanation. If you presented it fairly and discuss the journals very poor, you're gonna have very low marks. If you do it in terms of well presented, it means clear results and discuss specifically why that happens for the journal. And overall conclusions is the conclusion of our journal. The conclusion is fairly presented. You're gonna have low marks. If you want to have high marks, you need to present it well and clearly. And the summary is a chosen novelty of justification between all of these three journals, and you need to justify why the journals that you selected is justified clearly and also agreeable. Between all those three, you have to select one. So which one is the best and why? You need to justify that. So this is the marking criteria for the project of 30%. Careful with this, okay? And then the presentation is including three items, that is explanation, ideas and information. So low marks does reflects with the present information that are clearly concise and lacks of evidence, compared with the when you present the slide that you put on, you present it with information that with concise, logical, and we can relate what you are talking about, and it is clear and also completely address the prospecting or alternative or perspective. Okay, and then I'm going to look into the understanding of your understanding towards the papers that you have summarized, and I will look into the difficulties that you're having due to the lack of knowledge, also compared with the grade 1 good marks with you understand the paper, knowledgeable and thorough and also concise. And then we're going to proceed with the project presentation essay. So in these live sessions and also through this essay that you are submitted, the answers that are given are answered fairly compared with the well explained and precise description. Be careful with this because this is a high weightage of marks here. Okay, so we are going to use this wheel of names to identify who get the topics specified for each of you. Okay, so I'm gonna play this. So this is just random. So it start off with solar cell. So the one who got topics of solar cell is Mr. Don. So congratulations. Please do collect all three journals that are recent and also related to the topics of solar cell. Next one is the topics of LED. So Lee is going to discuss the topic of LED, and the remaining is Rajita, that is the topics of photodetector. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, solar cell is for Dawn, LED is for Lee, and also photodetector is for Rajita. So I'm going to talk about the journal selection criteria. Please do make sure that the journal you select is based on your assigned topics that I mentioned earlier, and also the journal is recent only between 2020 to 2022, and make sure to compare all of these three journals thoroughly. Okay, careful with that. And then the submission through the e-learning system, you can submit it through e-learning, but please rename the video file through your name underscore the topic that you have assigned. and also upload the video presentation to the respective section according to the names of e-learning. And also I would like to have two files. One is the slide, and also the second one is the video with your presentation. You can use video for your presentation. You can also share your face while talking about that. Would help clearly for the criteria that I mentioned earlier. Please, I encourage that to also talk with your face in the slide. So for this creation of video, I have shared the references of video in e-learning, how to record your presentation slide using the PowerPoint, and also how to export the PowerPoint file to a video. You can refer this to the e-learning. Okay, so we're gonna start with the template that I've shared in the e-learning. You can download there. So please do put your title here and also your name here. So the first one is the journal list, 3 selection of journal lists that I have approved, and proceed with the journal title. The next is the executive summary. Executive summary is an elaboration of your own words that consists of the objective and a statement of hypothesis. Okay, make sure you state this clearly in this section for the topic 1, the first journal. Here. And also proceed with the second one is the research methodology. Please create and include a process flow. I have also attached an appendix here in this slide. I can show you later. And then the results and discussion, insert the data and also the figures and also the discussion, and each figures must at least have a paragraph of discussion. Do not limit your contents in 1 page. You can also further your content to 3 pages. Okay, and then journal 2 title, put it here, and then the same as earlier, executive summary, and also research methodology, and also results and discussion, and title of number 3 journal, executive summary, methodology. So the next one is the overall comparisons. Please compare the overall research, which includes novelty, methods, and results. Compile it in 1 or 2 pages or 3 pages. You can make it concise as possible, condensed as possible, to compare between all of these 3 papers. And again, you can put it in 1 or 2 or 3 slides as you wish. So this is the overall conclusion. I would like to see the conclusion of these 3 papers, and please summarize all this conclusion here with the title here of each journal and also the conclusion of each journal. Okay, and finally we have the summary. So in this section I would like to ask for all of you to choose between the 3 and choose only 1 preferred journal, and please justify why you choose that journal, particularly that 1 journal that you choose, in terms of novelty and the uniqueness of that journal, in only 100 words. Okay, so this is the appendix A that I mentioned earlier. So this is a process flow chart for the activities of green electronic diagram based device. So you can see the first step is the purchase and the cleaning and the upgrade of the equipment, and then go for the design, and then next step is the first lithography, that is using which equipment. For example, this one is e-beam and also the photolithography process. The next type is annealing and hydrogen termination, and using a horizontal tube furnace and so on, until, for example, this one, the characterization. So I would like to see this kind of diamond flowchart process, because this diamond means that you have a probability with a success or no. So what is the counter solution based on their experimental sections, that for instance that they do for an improvement. If you have this in your selected journals, then it would be really exciting way to show in this process flow. and then you have the final complete device, or whichever you have, solar cell, LED, or photo detector, and so on. Yes, I think that's all that the guide for the INE504 project and presentation. I believe that we are running out of time, and I hope you can start as soon as possible. And please complete all of this with the designated date that I have shown you earlier. Please also remember that there may be some changes on the due dates, depends on the situation, but you can use that dates as a guideline to finish as soon as possible. If you have any questions, please do ask me. Do not hesitate. And the first priority thing is you need to choose your journal carefully, okay, and then you can start early in working on the video presentation and everything. So for the project essay, you will further as time goes on, you will further understand what is it is about. So the question is going to be at the date that I mentioned earlier about the project presentation, about the presentation essay. So please be alert on that. Okay, I think that's all for this video. Thank you and have a good day.